Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I wanted to make this video on this subject for such a long time, but I thought that maybe, I should avoid it because some people will not understand or not understand. They will not want to understand where the other side is coming from. And I was thinking, well, there will be some people who will just say, well, that's offensive to me and that should be respected. And they will say that's very offensive to me, therefore it should be respected by you. But if you say that what you're asking me is very offensive, you would not obviously respect my feeling of being offended. What am I talking about? I'm talking about some people who want to express their views, stupid, smart, or however you want to consider them, of burning some religious books considered holy by the group. Okay, by the group, not by the outside group. And obviously for them it means a lot, like the Quran or the Torah or the New Testament. All these things are considered, holy, I guess. I know the Torah is, and then Quran is, but the Bible I don't think is any problem. If you go outside and burn a Bible, New Testament, people will give too much, But anyway, the problem is these things are revered, and as I said, they are, considered holy within the group. You can't ask people outside the group to respect your reverence for whatever you have. If you ask me that, then I can ask you something in return. And then you see how it works? For instance, if someone says, you know what, it's insulting for you to burn that thing. Well, it's insulting for you. Okay, what if the other person tells you, well, it's insulting for me for you to wear those kind of clothes, or your women to wear those kind of clothes, or have certain kind of things performed to your over there. What about that? Well, that's religious practice, your religious practice, not mine or his or whomever. Now, I am for truth and I am for freedom more than for that kind of thing. Being insulted for me plays a very, very secondary place to truth and freedom. So if in the process of telling the truth people get insulted, I don't give up. All right? I mean, too bad. That's more important, that one. In the process of, being free, some people feel offended about it. Then again, they should probably develop a different worldview, because you can't just come in someone's house and demand that that house changes its traditions because you are in the house. And it seems to me like that is going to that direction, and it's going to turn. Why? By sheer number. So what's going on? I like, for instance, first, I disagree with people burning religious books. I think that's stupid, and I think it's just a low-level message. That's all. That's all. But they should have the right to do that. It is insulting for the other side. A lot of things could be insulted for that one from the other side, unless you think you're perfect, which you're not. So again, remember reciprocity. I have the same right as you to feel offended for whatever I consider, let's say, holy. I consider holy. But anyway, let's go here. And as I said, I consider burning of a holy book or a religious book something dumb. But I agree that people should be entitled to do that if they choose so, and it's not illegal in their country. Russia Today. Swedish police grant permission for Bible burning protest. Now here is a very intelligent answer that a police chief, I think, or spokesperson, I think she's a woman, gives to these guys. The similar demonstration is planned weeks after a Quran was desecrated outside the most prominent mosque in Stockholm. That's stupid. Disrespectful, 100%. But what are you going to do with the guy? Charge him, hanging, what are you going to do? Lynch him? No. Anyway, well, I hope not. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is among several prominent Jewish figures who have sternly rebuked the Swedish police after a quote-unquote shameful decision to permit a protest at which a copy of the Hebrew Bible will be burned. What, they were supposed to ban it? Why is that? Because it's shameful? Okay. The protest, which is due to take place in Saturday close to the Israeli embassy in Stockholm and is also likely to involve the burning of a Torah scroll. Stupid thing, burning. Again, I'm against that, but hey, you have the right to do whatever with that one. In an expression of free speech, according to a permit application submitted to police. And I'm quoting, "This is what I like." All right? The police does not issue permits to burn various religious texts. End quote. Karina Skagerlind, a press officer for the Stockholm police, said, and I'm quoting, "The police issues permits to hold a public gathering and express an opinion." End quote. This is an important distinction. Well, that's fantastic. Remember this one. In free speech, could be offensive and it could be legal. I should be legally allowed to offend you. And I am in this country. In other countries, probably not. I think they are less free than this country. But hey, that's why we have different societies. Because in a society, some people view this kind of acts as being criminal and probably, called in a certain way and need a certain kind of behavior. And in other countries, such a behavior is not considered illegal and should not be punished because you have free speech, freedom of expression, and so on. It's just two different societies. But what do you do when these societies start to overlap? What are you going to do? So let's say, maybe I should not give that example. I think it's too much for certain people, but I will give it. There is a tribe, I think it's still there, in Papua New Guinea, I think it is. And one of the rituals over there is of, I know last time YouTube had a problem with when I mentioned this tribe, so that's why I have to be very careful to use euphemisms and so on. You're going to find that tribe. Actually, let me just put it on the screen so that would avoid me talking too much about it. Just a second. And I'm going to read the Wikipedia. All right? It's about the Etoro people. The Etoro or Edolo are a tribe, an ethnic group in Papua New Guinea. Their territory comprises the southern slopes of Mount Sisa, along the southern edge of the central mountain range of New Guinea, near the Papa Plateau. They are well known among anthropologists because of ritual acts, pay attention, practiced between the young boys and the men of the tribe. The Etoro believe that young males must ingest the semen of their elders to achieve adult male status and the properly mature and grow strong. So this is what it is, according to these guys. In 2009, the National Geographic Society reported an estimate that there were fewer than 1,668 speakers of the Edolo language. So why did I mention this? Imagine that this group moves to United States of America and wants to practice its tradition. What are you going to do? Let's say this group moves to, Saudi Arabia or to Israel and wants to practice its traditions. What are they going to do? What if this 1,668 will multiply and make about 50 million? What are you going to do? What if they're going to be dominant, let's say, in a few cities in your countries, or in one plateau, or in one region of your country, and they will demand that their culture be respected? What are you going to do? After some, years and years, the Etoro will become the majority, and they will vote people in the parliament, and they will vote that. That would be now the practice in the society that used to be different. Then what? Through democratic system, they would be perfectly legal, correct? Because they will, change the law through legal means, through democratic means. So you see? So then, what if you bring more of a different kind in a different kind of country? They will change that nation. If you bring the same people, a Toro, let's say, to Israel or to an Islamic state, and they start doing that, I'm pretty sure that would be illegal. And then they demand and demand and demand. What are you going to do? Do you think they will say, well, that's their free speech and free expression and their tradition, and we respect each tradition is equal with every other tradition? Or what are you going to do, for instance, with child marriages? Remember those arranged marriages that used to be in India? I don't know if they're still over there or not. But, underage marriages. What if you have the same? A group of people like that move to, let's say, Israel, and they want to practice that. Or maybe they move to the United States, or maybe they move to, Turkey, and they want to practice that. What are you going to do? That's their tradition. And so on. All right? So just think about it when you say that you are, insulted by this or outraged by that. There are a lot of people that could evolve with time. And you wonder, how did we get here? Since when Sweden has to accommodate this? Well, you connect the dots. Freedom of speech and truth, I think, is more important than being kind. That's my take on this. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.